Hello everyone. So this is the podcast for the May 20th assignment. And this is the next level of solving rational equations. And you can notice I'm putting ones underneath this thing. If you were to get a common denominator, the common denominator would be x minus 1. And what you need to do is multiply everybody, each piece, each term, by x minus 1. And this term too, by x minus 1. So this one gets you x squared minus x. This cancels out, so you're left with the subtraction sign and the x plus 7 in parentheses. That's important because if you don't put the parentheses, it's not. I'll show you why it won't turn out right. X minus 1. So you get x squared minus x. This subtraction has to distribute through both things. That's why I was saying it's important to have the parenthesis there. So you have minus x minus 7 equals, and then 2x minus 2. Collect like terms. Now you need to get everybody on one side. In other words, you have to get this equation equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract the 2x. So I have x squared minus 4x minus 7 is equal to negative 2. Then I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And then you've got x squared minus 4x minus 5 is equal to 0. And because the leading coefficient is 1, you're just going to solve it by factoring. And all you need to ask is what multiplies to negative 5. So what times what equals negative 5. And those same two numbers have to be that number plus that number equals negative 4. So the numbers, one's going to be positive, one's going to be negative because they're multiplying to negative. So I believe this is going to work. 1 and negative 5 gives you that. 1 and negative 5 gives you that. Okay? Now, because it's a product and it equals 0, it's something times something equals 0. One of those two things has to be 0. So you're setting these things equal to 0 and solving them. So subtract the 1, x equals negative 1, add the 5, x equals 5. So those are your two answers. Now, you have to look back and make sure it's not going to make any of the denominators equal to 0. So let me pull this thing off. Yeah, I've got negative 1 and 5. Negative 1 in here isn't going to make the bottom 0, nor is 5. So you're okay. So those are your two answers. Okay. Try another one. So you're going to, multiply everything by the LCD. I should have put this in the parentheses. So everybody gets multiplied by x minus 10. And this gets multiplied by x minus 10, all terms. So this gives you x squared minus 10x. The x minus 10 cancels. So you got plus 3x equals the 2x minus 20. Pull everything over, so I'm going to subtract, the 2x. Add the 20. Add the, I guess I should have combined those like terms first, sorry about that. So I got x squared, there's minus 12x plus 3x is minus 9x plus 20 is equal to 0. And again, the leading coefficient is 1, so you can just ask yourself what multiplies to this and adds to that. So that would be minus 5 and minus 4. They multiply to positive 20, add to negative 9. And because it's set equal to 0, you're just going to set both of these equal to 0. Add the 5 over. Add the 4 over. And then look at your denominator and make sure that it's not going to make the denominator equal to 0 by filling either one of those numbers in. And it won't. So those are your two answers. Okay, so this one, you're going to multiply everybody by x plus 2. So here it cancels out. You've got x squared plus 2x. It's canceled, so you have plus 3x. So you got x squared plus 5x. So I didn't forget to add those together this time like I did last time. And then I'm going to subtract the 2x over. So that equals 4 now. I'm getting a mess. I'm making a mess. Let me back up. I just made a mess. I tried to rush and then not rush. I ended up making a mess. Let me just slow down. Minus 2x, minus 2x. Those end up canceling, so you get x squared plus 3x is equal to 4. Subtract the 4. And you got x squared plus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. So then you're looking for what numbers multiply to negative 4 but add to 3. So they'd be x plus 4 and x minus 1. Then you're setting these equal to 0. And you get x equals negative 4 and x equals 1. And then you look back and make sure it's not going to make any of the denominators equal to 0. It won't. So those are your two answers. Thank you guys for your time. Have yourself a great one.